Welcome to the Trend Detection Podcast, powered by Siemens.
My name is Gagan Sangha and I'm your host. I am delighted to be joined by Rob Russell at Siemens, where we are going to be discussing the topic around generative AI and large language models. So big welcome to Rob Russell. If you could start off by introducing yourself to our audience, that would be great.
Hi, I'm the head of predictive maintenance strategy and delivery within the Senseye team here at Siemens, and oversee the integration and alignment of portfolio elements as well as supervising our delivery team.
Perfect. So really great for you to join me on this special episode. And I guess let's get straight into this topic. So the first question I have for you, Rob, is really just around what is your role when it comes to working within the team around conversational PDM?
Yeah, well, specifically related to conversational PDM, it's trying to understand how we can utilise that technology to make a step change fundamentally within the Senseye Predictive Maintenance product, and thinking more about how we can shift from being purely a prescriptive maintenance solution to something that's a little bit more prescriptive in its output and utilising a lot of the valuable information that we have from users.
So Rob, my next question is just around the importance of conversational PDM to the PDM market. What's your personal view on this?
Yeah, I think the importance really is that enablement to scale out and be able to assist users in fundamentally what is like a decision-making process. So we see our solution as a decision support system fundamentally. Now we start to move closer to the paradigm of being more prescriptive.
Okay.
In that output. And the reason we can do that is because we can now start to pull on knowledge and put in from other users and pull that knowledge from other users you might have within your organisation. You might have, colleagues that work on different shifts that have experienced the problem, maybe 6 months in the past, and now we're able to pull and build on that. So that's where we get, quite a different change in the benefits and the outputs to the user.
Okay. That's great. And you touched on being more prescriptive. Mm-hmm. Could you go into a bit more detail around that?
Yeah, so when you think about preventative maintenance, what we're trying to do there initially is tell somebody ahead of time that a machine is going to need some sort of maintenance action, that there's something unusual is happening and it needs some intervention. But the next question is, well, what should I do? Okay. And that's where, if you can start to answer that question about what should be done, that's where you start to become far more prescriptive. And being able to build that up as to a colleague rectified a problem similar to this on another machine by taking this specific action, it just gets you closer to the solution quicker.
Okay. No, that's great. Thank you so much for defining that in just a bit more detail. I think it's always great to just give a bit more kind of context around some keywords, which are used within, this predictive maintenance space. So, Rob, my next question is really around how does AI provide decision support to individuals such as asset managers?
Yes. So, being an asset manager, he's actually looking for information that will assist him in utilising his maintenance resources. So whether that's planned and scheduled maintenance that he has, maybe he has opportunities when he knows that the factory is going to be stopped, maybe over the weekend or during like a Christmas or a shutdown period. So by having a system that's using AI to bubble up insights about the state of machines and maybe where there's some unusual activity taking place, he can start to then make better planning and be much more proactive in what he's doing. And then we start to think about, the more generative part. You start to then link him back to more specific actions. Maybe he can start to plan the type of spare parts or the skills that he'll need. So he knows the type of experienced personnel he might need. Maybe they can plan on the tooling that they'll need and have the spares ready ahead of time.
So Rob, could you kindly just outline a roadmap of the AI integration? please.
Yeah, so in relation to sort of the generative AI aspects, if you actually think back as to how we've got to today, there's been a lot of work in developing prototypes and a lot of work in developing like designs that we're taking through into the product. A key focus up to now is sort of laying a foundation of ensuring that we have the right design framework to utilise this from a user experience perspective, and also capture as much text-based information as possible. And we're going through a process now where we'll be making specific releases of a change within the workflow into a thing that we call cases, which is our notification workflow, to have various elements now where we can start to sort of seed pieces of generative AI.
Yep.
And then as we go through into later in the spring, that capability will be released directly into the application, having users interacting, utilising it initially to provide direct messaging to the user, but then what we want to do is start building on top of that so that users can start to ask questions and interact with it as we go forward.
That's great, Rob. Thank you so much for sharing, the roadmap, and very much looking forward to this new development within Senseye Predictive Maintenance. And I think, a lot of end users will be able to benefit from this, which is great. And that takes me to my final question, really, which is just focused around what is the future of conversational PDM?
Yeah, so I think, the key message that we always push within the Senseye team and for the Senseye Predictive Maintenance application is scale and scaling this out. And, now that scale moves more from connecting up machines to more connecting up users and the information that comes from those users. So the direction, that we are seeing this taking is having much richer environment where users can interact with each other, but can also interact much more deeply with the system itself.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights onto this topic around generative AI and large language models. Really appreciate you being here today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
To find out more, search Senseye Predictive Maintenance.